In this lecture, we will cover grep. Grep stands for Globally Search for Regular Expression and Printout. Grep is a command line utility for searching plain text datasets for lines that match a regular expression. Grep searches a file for a particular pattern of characters and displays all lines that contain that particular pattern. The syntax looks like this. You type in grep, then if you need to use any options, you type the options, then the pattern that you're searching for, and then the file name. Let's look at some of these examples. For example, if you run a grep on what, so for example, you type in grep, then you type in what, and then the file name, it will search for the word what in the whole file. So any line that has that word, it will pull it up on your screen in your search results. Let's look at these examples through the command line from our terminal. So let me do do ls first. I have a file 1. Let me cat it. As you can see, it has a bunch of lines in there: baseball, soccer, rugby, what is a shell, AT. So these are the lines that exist in this file. So if I do a grep what and the file name, which is file 1, let me make sure it's spelled correctly, hit enter, it found what. So if any line that had what in it, when we run this command, it will find that line. So if there was any other line containing what, it will also find that. So let me clear the screen. Let's move on to the second example. Let me cat the file again so you have an idea what's going on. So let's search for, let's do the same command, grep -v what file 1. We're running the same command, but we're running with -v option. What that does, now it will run the same command, but it will exclude any line that has what in it. So hit enter. As you can see, the line which said what is a shell is no longer being displayed because it's being omitted or it's been excluded. That's what -v option does. I'll do cat again so you can see what's going on. So the next command we're going to run is grep -i. Actually, before I try the option, let me just run it on A and the file name, hit enter. So now what it's doing is it's finding every line in this file that contains a letter A, and it will display it on the screen. As you can see, all the A's are being displayed from that particular line, any line that has an A in it, except for AT. Linux is case sensitive, so you're searching for A which is lowercase. You're not searching for A which is uppercase. So you have to keep that in mind. So now we will run the same command with -i option, which means it will search for anything that you type in afterwards, but it's going to be case insensitive. So file name, hit enter. Now if you see, the AT is also listed because now you're searching for A, but it's going to be a case insensitive search. So that's what -i option does when you use it with the grep command. Let's move on to the next command, grep -n. Let's search for A again, hit enter. So in this case, we're searching for A, and it will find all the lines that has the letter A in it, and it will also number it. For example, if you were running a long script and there was a particular line that you were looking for, it will tell you exactly what line numbers has that particular word or letter that you're looking for. It will help you troubleshoot better. So that's what that command does. Let's move on to the next command. We can also combine two options with grep. So for example, if I do a grep on the same letter A, but I can also use two different options. So in this case, -n to number it and I to be case insensitive on the letter A and the file name. Hit enter. As you can see, it found everything case insensitive, so anything that contains any line that contains A, case insensitive, and it will number the lines so you can search for them in that manner. Let me clear the screen. Let's move on to the next one. So we can do grep, the caret sign. That's usually on the number 6 key on your keyboard. If you do Shift and 6, that's where the caret sign is. And that means any line starting with whatever follows. So we'll search for user. So any line that starts with user, that's what it's searching for. And we will check under etc password. etc password contains user information. I have a couple of users starting with name user. For example, user 1, user 2, something like that. And that's what I'm searching for. So let's run that, see what it does. As you can see, there are 2 lines starting with the word user in etc password file, and it's user 1 and user 2, and that's what it does. Now we can run the same command, and we can use -v option again to exclude those 2 lines and see anything else that comes up with that command. So hit enter. So if I scroll up and down, there is no user lines. Any lines that starting with user will not show up because we're searching for with -v option. And that's how these examples work, and that's how grep works. Let me clear the screen. Let's move on to the next one. And I will have all the options listed in a .pdf, and you can look at these, and the ones that are in white, those are the lines that we have tried, and I would advise you to go through these lines and look for any options and see what kind of searches you can do. But this document will be provided to you in a PDF document so you can practice along. And I hope you learned something useful in this video as well, and I'll see you in the next one.